Morning all. So today we are going to discuss about the types of FM signal. So there are basically two types are available. One is NV-FM and one is WD-FM. Now, how we will identify whether the FM signal is narrow band signal? NV-FM means the full form is the narrow band FM signal. Okay. Similarly, WDFM means it is wide band FM signal. Now, what does it mean? It means that narrow band means the bandwidth will be very small for that particular FM signal. Similarly, if it is WDFM means it is a wide band. Means you have to convert the narrow band component to a wide band component. Now, how we can convert? There is having certain procedure is available. Some techniques are there through which the small bandwidth can be converted into the upper ended bandwidth or upper bandwidth means higher bandwidth we can increase. For example, if I will say if the bandwidth of FM signal is 10 kilohertz, okay, for NVFM means it is having only a narrow band, only a small band is available. But if I will say the wide band is having 100 kilohertz, so that means the bandwidth is increased. The channel capacity means itself indicates that it is a bandwidth through which our information is going to be transmitted. Now, if the bandwidth is 100 kilohertz for a certain FM signal as compared to 10 kilohertz, then I will say that FM as wide band. Similarly, if it is having small amount of bandwidth, then I will say it is called as a narrow band. Now, how we can discriminate it? The second question comes into picture, that how we can discriminate which sort of signal is a narrow band signal or it is a wide band signal. The small component available with us in every modulation technique, that is called modulation index. Okay. Now, last class we have discussed what is the modulation index for FM signal. For example, if I will write the equation S suffix Fn of t is equals to A cos omega ct plus Kf integration 0 to t m of t into dt. Okay. Now, this is the basic equation is available, FM equation. Now, if it is a single tone, that means m of t I can write Vm cos omega mt. That means only one modulating signal frequency is available. A modulating signal consists of only one frequency, so it is called as a single tone. Now, if I will substitute this m of t in this equation, I will get S suffix Fm of t A suffix c cos of omega ct plus Kf integration of cos omega mt, it will become the sin omega mt. So it is Vm divided by omega m sin omega mt. So this equation is quite familiar for us because this thing we have already discussed, and this component is called as modulation index for FM signal. Either we can write in terms of m suffix m or we can write in terms of beta. Okay. So what I will write? My general expression for FM signal is AC cos omega ct plus beta, that means Kf Vm by omega is replaced by beta sin omega mt. Okay, then so this is the equation for FM signal, for single tone FM signal. Now, how we will know whether it is narrow band FM signal or it is a wide band FM signal? Okay, now if it is narrow band FM signal, in order to detect it, your beta means modulation index, or I can write m suffix f must be less than 1. If it is less than 1, then you can say the FM signal is called as a narrowband FM signal. Similarly, if it is WPFM, your beta or your modulation index will be greater than 1. Now these things are quite similar to our AM, in which modulation index is greater than 1 water patch, less than 1 water patch and equal to 1 water patch. If it is equals to 1, then it is called critical modulation in AM. If it is greater than 1, then it is called over modulation in AM, due to which envelope distortions are created, which is not feasible for practical cases. And if it is MA less than 1, means it is a under modulation, through which proper transmission can be done without any envelope distortion. Similarly, here the modulation index, this beta, will decide which type of FM signal it is, whether it is a narrowband FM signal or whether it is a wideband FM signal. Now once this beta term is known through calculations and all what we have done in previous class, if this beta term is less than 1, then for that FM signal I can say it is called narrowband FM signal. If my beta term is greater than 1, then I will say it is called WB FM signal. Okay. Now using this assumption, we are going to discuss briefly about the narrowband signal, its expression, the power content and how it can be represented in a frequency translation or frequency spectrums, which is quite similar to AM signal. That we will discuss first. Okay, 1 minute. So first we will analyze its expression. So general expression for NBFM. Okay. Now general expression for NBFM, we will proceed with S suffix FM of T is equals to A suffix C cos omega Ct plus beta sine omega mt. Okay, so this is the equation I have considered, and what condition I will put? Condition I will put, if it is NBFM, your modulation index is less than 1. That means this component is becoming less than 1. Now you can see these components are cos A and cos B form. You can expand it. So if it is plus, you will get cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So that I will write. So S suffix FM of T is equal to A suffix C cos omega Ct, then cos of beta sin omega mt minus A suffix C sin omega Ct and sin beta sin omega mt. So this is the expansion of this first equation. Okay. Now here you can see this beta sin omega mt is nothing but an angle. Okay. So let us consider, let theta is equals to beta sin omega mt. So this is the first consideration. Okay. Why I will tell. Now next, in trigonometric we have certain relation that if theta is very less than 1, if theta is very less than 1, that means if I will take cos theta, it will be equivalent to 1. If it is less than 1 means 0, and cos 0 means how much? 1. Similarly, if I will take sin theta equivalent, so sin negligible value is nothing but it is theta. So using this assumption, we need to substitute in this above equation so that my FM signal will be known as NB FM So how we are going to write that NBFM signal? So here you can see, if I am substituting these values here, so you can see here theta is directly proportional to beta. If beta is very less than 1, that means theta is also very less than 1. If theta is very less than 1, cos theta will become as 1 and sin theta equivalent value will become as a theta. So here I will write S suffix NBFM of T, which is equals to AC cos omega ct. Okay, and this beta sin omega mt we have considered theta, and theta value is very less than 1, whose value if I will substitute I will get 1. So in place of cos of beta sin omega mt 1 I am substituting, because this angle is very small, so cos of that angle will be near about 1. Then minus a suffix c sin omega ct. Okay, a suffix c sin omega ct. Now here what happens? Sin of theta, if theta is very less, only theta value will be there. So what I will write? I will write beta sin omega mt. So this will be my NBFM equation. Now what I will write? Next is AC cos omega ct. Now here you can see AC into beta, it is sin omega ct and sin omega mt. So that means it is a cos of A plus B form. Okay, so cos A minus B form, sorry. So it is AC by 2, I will write cos 2 pi Fc minus Fmt plus AC beta by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc plus Fm of T. So this is my equation. Okay, so this is which sort of equation? This is an expansion of this AC into beta sin A sin B. So sin A sin B means it is a cos of A plus B minus cos of A minus B. So that I have written. So cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. So minus term if I will take inside, it will become minus. It is minus. If I will open it, it will become plus. It will become minus. Okay. So here you can see AC cos omega ct. That means carrier is present. Next, minus AC beta by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc minus Fm of T. Okay, so that means this is called as a lower side bit. Okay, then plus AC beta by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc plus Fm of T. Okay, so this is your upper segment. So that means in narrow band FM signal, presence of carrier. Yes. Now this is what? Presence of lower sideband signal Fc minus Fm. Yes. And presence of upper sideband signal US. Done. So that means this equation is quite similar to your AM signal, in which carrier is also present as well as two sidebands are also present. So this is called my NBFM of T. So this is the NBFM signal. Okay, so this is the equation for NBFM. Now why it is NBFM? Because our beta here, this is very less than 1. If it is very greater than 1, then we can consider for WBFM. Okay. Now, if I want to write AM signal, I need to compare. If anybody asks how we can compare this one with respect to AM. So AM signal states that it is AC plus M of T into cos omega ct. Here we have discussed about singleton. So here also we can discuss about singleton. So if I will take AC common, I will get Vm by AC cos omega mt cos omega ct, like this. So if you expand this, presence of carrier is there, cos omega ct, plus this is the modulation index. So AC into MA by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc minus Fm of t plus AC into MA by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc plus Fm of t. So this is the equation for AM. This already we have discussed. That means carrier is present. This is the LSB and this is USB. So this equation is quite similar to this. Yes, it is quite similar because in this carrier is also available. Here carrier is available. Here lower segment is available. Here also lower segment is available. Here upper segment is available. Here this upper segment is available. But what is the difference? The difference is in these two particular upper segment, the potential is positive for both the segment. But for this case, you can see one of the component in LSB having the negative magnitude, whereas the upper segment is having the positive magnitude. That we will represent in the frequency spectrum. Okay? So these are the two comparisons. In university questions, basically they ask what is the similarity between NPFM and AM signal. So this is the reason. Okay? So this is the reason why it is similar. It is also having carrier. It is also having carrier. It is also having upper segment. It is also having upper segment. It is having lower segment. It is having lower segment. But what is the difference? The difference is the lower segment is having the negative potential, but the upper segment is lower segment here it is having positive potential. So that will represent with the help of frequency spectrum. So if I will represent frequency spectrum, and whatever we are discussing, all it is related to the single tone modulating signal and single tone modulated signal also you can see. So first I am representing for AM signal. Okay. So for AM we have carrier and two sidebars. This is Fc, this is AC by 2, and here it is AC MA by 4. Here also it is AC MA by 4. Okay. So this indicates Fc plus Fm and Fc minus Fm. This is the AM signal. Consists of carrier, consists of two sidebars. If I am representing NPFM signal, NPFM signal. Now for this what happens? We have carrier, we have upper sideband Fc plus Fm. Here it is amplitude is AC by 2. And here it is AC beta divided by 2. It is also 2, I can say potential, but when you consider in power divided by 4, you just note it down. And here the amplitude will be Fc minus Fm is minus AC beta divided by 2. So here you can see that AM signal having the positive amplitude for lower segment and upper segment, but in NBFM for upper segment the amplitude is positive and for the lower segment amplitude is negative, minus AC beta by 2. Now what is the similarity? The similarity is the bandwidth of AM and bandwidth of FM remain same. How? What is the bandwidth of AM signal? This is the higher frequency, this is the lower frequency. So bandwidth is equals to 2FM. Okay. Similarly, what is the bandwidth for NBFM? The bandwidth for NBFM is this upper segment minus lower segment, again it is 2FM. So this is the similarity. The similarity is what? The bandwidth of AM and bandwidth of NBFM signal are same. But what is the difference? The difference is in AM the sideband amplitudes are having positive value, but in NBFM upper sideband is positive and lower sideband is a negative component. Okay. So this is the frequency spectrum for NBFM. These are the basic relations of NBFM signal. Okay. Now we will discuss the power content in NBFM. Most important part. Okay. Now as we can see, the power content in FM signal is only dependent upon the power content in carrier component, that is AC square by 2R. Now as per the equation what we have derived for FM, now for NBFM we need to calculate what is the power content in the NBFM signal. Okay. So step by step we will see. So first I am writing the equation for NBFM. So first it consists of carrier AC cos omega c. Then it consists of lower sideband AC into beta divided by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc minus Fm plus AC beta by 2 cos of 2 pi Fc plus Fm. So this is the upper segment, lower segment and carrier. So that means your total transmitted power consists of carrier power plus upper segment power plus lower segment power. Okay, because three components are available, three amplitudes are available, so there will be three power. So first carrier power, that is AC square divided by 2R. This is the general equation. Next upper sideband amplitude is minus AC by beta, AC by beta by 2. So minus, if I will take square, it will become as a plus. So AC beta by 2 whole square divided by 2R. Okay. Next, for lower segment, AC beta by 2 whole square divided by 2R. Okay. Now here what is the factor is common? The factor AC square divided by 2R is common. Okay. 1 plus beta square by 4 plus beta square by 4, because beta by 2 whole square means it is beta square by 4. If you add this, you will get AC square by 2R 1 plus beta square by 2. This is quite similar to your AM power. So if I will write power transmitted with the help of AM, what we have written? AC 1 plus MS square by. So this is the general equation for AM transmitted power. Similarly, power transmitted for NBFM, which is equals to AC square by 2R whole into 1 plus beta square by 2. Now what is this AC square by 2R? It is nothing but carrier power. 1 plus beta square by 2. So power transmitted with the help of NVFM is PC 1 plus beta square by 2. So this is the transmitted power with the help of NVFM signal, which is quite similar to your AM signal. Only the difference is what? If it is AM, modulation index MA. If it is NVFM, modulation index is beta. Okay. So this is the similarity with respect to the power content in a particular signal. Now we will discuss how to generate the NVFM signal and NVPM signal, because the phase modulated signal is quite similar to your FM signal. Okay, so we are going to generate the NVFM signal, because generation first we will discuss, then we will discuss about detection. So generation of NVFM and NVPM. Okay. So first of all, we need to identify the relation for NVFM and NVPM. For that, let me write the equation NVFM of T, that is A suffix C cos omega Ct minus A suffix C kf y of T sin omega Ct, and NVPM of T is equals to AC cos omega Ct Kp m of T sin omega Ct. Okay. So these are the two equations. Now here I have written in terms of Kf. You can write in terms of beta also. What is y of T? Y of T is the integration of m of T into dt, 0 to T. So that is my y of T. And that y of T is multiplied with some component, so that the sin omega Ct is also available. Our general equation for NVFM is what? For NVFM, we have written AC cos omega Ct minus AC beta sin omega mt and sin omega Ct. Okay. Now what is this beta? Beta depends upon Kf. So this AC into beta is nothing but Kf into y of T. Okay. Minus is also there, AC is also there, sin omega Ct is there. In order to represent this beta into sin omega Ct, I have written in terms of frequency sensitivity into y of T. Now the thing is what? In FM signal, we are integrating the modulating signal. Okay, but in phase modulated signal, no integration is used. Directly m of T is phase modulated. So here you can see Kp into m of T sin omega Ct. This is the basic difference between NVFM and NVPM. Okay, so these are the general expression for NVFM signal and NVPM signal. With the help of these equations, we can generate the NVFM signal and NVPM signal. Okay, so one by one we will see. So as in this equation you can see A cos omega Ct in phase is available A sin omega ct means it is 90-degree phase shift is available, to which kf into y of t is given. That means your carrier is modulated in frequency modulation with the help of modulating signal m of t. Okay. Now let me represent first. So first, the carrier signal we are using. First I am discussing NBFM, generation of NBFM signal. So carrier is provided to the two paths. First, 90-degree phase shift, or you can say quadrature phase shift. So what will happen? It is AC cos omega c. 90-degree phase shift means here we will get minus AC sin omega c. Done. Minus sin omega c it came. Next, there is called balance modulator. Balance modulator. Okay. In this balance modulator, frequency sensitivity is available. So that means I can say this modulator is called as a frequency modulator. Okay. To this modulator, we are providing y of t. So here it is y of t. But what is y of t? Y of t is the integrated value of m of t. So here I will use one integrator, and here I will say m of t. So m of t is integrated, we will get y of t. Now y of t is modulated with minus AC sin omega ct with respect to kf. So we will get minus AC kf y of t sin omega ct. Now this is the first component. Means this whole component here I will write minus AC kf y of t sin omega c. Now this component is added to carrier component. So what I will do? Again I will use the same carrier and here I will add it. Okay? Here I will add it. So here it is AC cos omega ct minus AC kf y of t sin omega ct, which is the second component. So whatever I will get at the output of adder is called as NBFM. Okay, so this is the block diagram for generation of NBFM signal. Now we will discuss the generation of NBPN, narrow band phase modulated signal. These are very simple equations, simple representation. If you know the expression, the block diagram can be made in easier manner. Now we will discuss NBPN. So NBPN means, as you can see, it is AC cos omega ct minus AC kp m of t sin omega ct. So that means this upper part will remain as it is. But what is the difference? Here no need to integrate. Directly the m of t is provided to the modulator part. So first carrier signal is considered, which is 90-degree phase shift is done. Okay. That 90-degree phase shift is provided to the balance modulator. Balance modulator. Okay. And the output of balance modulator is added with the carrier component. And we will get NBPN. But step by step we should write. So first it is AC cos omega ct. Then first it enters to 90-degree phase shift to determine minus AC sin omega ct. So at this point we will get minus AC sin omega ct. Okay. Now in this balance modulator, directly the message component will be given, in which the phase sensitivity Kp is available, because it is called as a phase modulation Kp. So here no need of integration, because directly we require modulating signal. So output of this modulator is minus AC into Kp into m of t into sin omega c. So this is the lower part is available, you can see here, and this lower part is consist of AC cos omega c. Now if you add these two, you will get your NPPM signal. So this is the representation or the generation of narrow band FM signal and narrow band PM signal. Okay. So these are the block diagrams. You can explain it. The notes I will provide. Basically, this block diagram come into picture while explaining the characteristics of NBFM and NBPM. Okay. Okay. So now we will discuss about this WBFM signal. Now we have seen NBFM, how this NBFM expresses we have written, how it is generated and what is the power contained in the NBFM signal. Similarly, we need to discuss about this WFM signal. So WFM signal, how we will identify? The identification is modulation index. So if your modulation index is greater than 1, that is called beta is greater than 1, you can see here, we can say that FM signal is called as a wideband frequency modulated signal. Now once this wideband when it is comes, that means it indicates that continuous of a particular signal, continuous or a periodicity of a particular signal. That periodicity will depend upon your modulating signal. If your modulating signal is a periodic in nature and it is continuous throughout the particular bandwidth, in every modulation it happens. But if the carrier values need to increase from lower band to the upper sideband, the additional factors you need to add to. The additional frequency you are going to add to a lower bandwidth so that it will become as a wider bandwidth. Okay. Now for that, when we are discussing about, when we will discuss about the general expression of WBFM, in that case you can see that how that modulating signal will come into picture with respect to periodicity. And when the signal is represented in a periodicity, that means again you have to expand with respect to the Fourier series. Now when we are expanding with respect to Fourier series, the number of constant coefficient will come. Whether it is an even signal, whether it is an odd signal. If it is even signal, then what are the coefficients are available? If it is odd signal, what are the coefficients are available? And we need to check the periodicity of a particular signal. For that, for the continuous signal whose bandwidth cannot be determined, this wideband signal, the bandwidth is undetermined. But we can find out the bandwidth up to certain orders, first order, second order, third order, fourth order, fifth order, like that. But the bandwidth increases. We do not know what will be the bandwidth, but we know that modulation index, if it is greater than 1, means bandwidth calculation will be quite hectic. Okay. For that, the methodology says, if I want to represent those infinite values into a certain limitation, then we can use the Fourier series. With the help of that, we can identify certain relations, and those relations is represented with the help of this Bessel function. This Bessel function is going to help us to determine the amplitude available in the first order frequency component, second order frequency component, third order frequency component, and so on. So these Bessel function are going to be used as a points, or these Bessel function are going to represent the potentials available on those particular frequency components. These are the constant coefficients. We need to represent the Fourier series component in terms of Bessel function. We will see how. But first of all, we need to understand what is Bessel function and what is its property. Then only we can proceed further. So first, here you can see it is general representation. The Bessel functions are represented with j suffix n of x. N is the number of samples and x is the field position in which we have to determine the value. So it is Jn of x is equals to 1 by 2 pi minus pi to pi, one complete cycle, e to the power j x sin theta minus tan theta into d theta. So this is the general representation. We have to bring out our NBFM signal or certain WBFM signal in terms of this particular exponent form. How we will see all those things. But for the time being, this is the general expression. We need to represent all those coefficients which is available after expressing the details in terms of e to the power j x sin theta minus n theta into d theta. Now what is its property? First property is the j suffix n of x value if it is decreases. When it will decrease? If the number of values are increasing. If the number of sample values are increasing. Here you can see n increases, your jn of x value decreases. That means here I will represent like this. So here you can see, if I will say this is jn of x. So this is 0 position, this is 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, 4 position, like this. So when it is 0 position, you are achieving the maximum value. When you are achieving one value, you are achieving some less value with respect to this particular scenario. Like this it will identify. This indicate what? J0x greater than J1x greater than J2x. Up to infinite, we do not know what is the limitation. Okay. Next, j suffix minus n of x. This will come into picture when we are representing the reflection part. Means left hand side part. Right hand side we are representing after 0. Suppose if frequency spectrums are, this is 0, this is fc, this is fc plus fm, and this is fc minus fm. Now this particular part is called as the reflection part. So when we are representing this reflection part, these terms will come. So j suffix minus n of x is equals to minus 1 to the power n j of x. Now if n is odd, then we will get the negative value of what? Negative value of jn of x. If it is even, then we will get positive value. Okay? So that means if it is 0, here it is 1, here it is 2, here it is 3. Right hand side. Similarly, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So here if you see that first if 1 is achieved, if the amplitude is positive for this the amplitude will be negative because n is odd. Okay. Similarly, if n is 2, amplitude is 2, that means the same amplitude is available at 2. So amplitude remains as it is for even component. Similarly, for odd, if it is 3, again it will become as a minus amplitude. So this is the representation. In previous case we have seen in NBFM, lower sideband and upper sideband is available. Upper sideband is given with positive potential, lower sideband is given as negative potential. How to represent that potential? These are the factors. These are the representation through which we can represent positive as well as negative for even and odd component. Okay. So this I will explain later on. For the time being, if n is odd, you will get the negative potential. If n is even, you will get the positive potential. This is the second property. Third property is, if you take a square of all these things and add all these components, your resultant must be equal to 1. Minus infinite to infinite, jn square of x is equals to 1. That means if you take positive part of this and negative part of this, take a square of individual, add all those components, it must be equal to 1. Okay. Similarly, jn of x is a real quantity. Do not have imaginary component. It is only a real component. Okay. So now we will represent our WBFM signal in terms of this Bessel function. Because wideband itself indicates that whose bandwidth cannot be determined. We can determine up to certain levels, up to certain orders, and this infinite sequence are represented with the help of this Bessel functions. Okay. So general expression, if I will write for Fm, okay, if we will write for Fm, it is AC cos omega ct kf integration m of t into dt. If it is a single tone, you can write AC cos omega ct beta sin omega mt. Okay. Now when it is wideband, again we have to look after it, how to represent this one. So this beta is what? Beta is equals to kf into Vm divided by omega m. Now if it is WBFM, your beta value is greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, that means we have to represent in terms of this Bessel function. Now how we are going to represent this? Let's see. So this I can write S suffix Fm A suffix C real of e to the power j theta. This whole term you can consider as theta, cos theta. So if I will represent e to the power j theta, I will write cos theta plus j sin theta. Now if I will write real of e to the power this, real part means only cos term, no sin term. So it is e to the power j theta. So here I will write real of e to the power j omega ct is one component, e to the power j beta sin omega mt is another component, because if I will take exponential, the plus will become as a multiplication. Okay. So this is the first part. Then second, now this particular part is periodic in nature, because the modulating signal satisfies periodicity. So periodicity for a time period t is equals to Fm. Now if it is a periodicity, that means you have to express this value in terms of Fourier series. Then representing the coefficient, we can substitute here and we can represent the Fm signal. Okay. So step by step we will see how to expand this one in terms of Fourier series. So the Fourier series, what we will expand, we will represent in terms of exponential form. The Fourier series can be represented in three different ways. One is trigonometric form, one is exponential form, and one is polar form. So let us consider e to the power j beta sin omega mt is a periodic signal. If it is periodic signal, we can represent in Fourier series, which is in exponential manner, minus infinite to infinite c suffix n. C suffix n is the constant coefficient for the nth position. Okay, into e to the power j omega mt. So this is the Fourier constant coefficient. We need to identify this Ca. How to identify? Take this value to left hand side. This summation will become an integration in the left hand side, and then you can determine the constant coefficient. Okay. So in mathematics, people have understood this constant coefficient relation. So I am not discussing in depth. I am just representing the equations. J beta sin 2 pi Fm whole into 1 plus Fm whole into d. So this is the periodicity. Okay. So now we will write in terms of Fourier series. So Fourier series, the function is represented as summation minus infinite to infinite c suffix n e to the power plus n omega t. If you are determining constant coefficient, you will get 1 by t minus t to t f of t. This is t by 2. This is also t by 2. E to the power minus j n omega t into dt. That means this part, if I will take left hand side, it will become integration. So this is the coefficient. So like this coefficient we have to determine for e to the power j beta sine omega nt, and then we need to substitute in this particular equation. This is a quite derivative part. Step by step I am explaining. You people just note it down, because this derivations in the exam will ask how to generate your WBFM signal with the help of this Fourier series techniques, with the help of Bessel functions. So here I will write c suffix n. So this t is nothing but Fm. T is equals to 1 by Fm we have considered, minus 1 by 2 Fm, 1 by 2 Fm, okay, e to the power j beta sine omega mt. In place of f of t, substitute this value, then e to the power minus j n omega mt into dt. Add these two components, you will get if you add this j, it will come outside, beta sine omega nt plus n omega nt, it will come into dt. But we need to represent this whole equation in terms of Bessel function. So how to represent this Bessel function? It is Jn of x 1 by 2 pi minus pi to pi e to the power j x sin theta minus n theta into d. Now we will compare this equation with respect to this, so that the constant coefficient will be represented in terms of Bessel function. Okay. So that let us consider theta is equals to 2 pi Fm into t. Okay. This one omega t, it becomes theta. So d theta, if I will differentiate, I will get dt. Done. And the limitation will be what? Limitations will be t is equals to minus 2 by Fm. Then if you substitute t is equals to 1 by 2 Fm, your theta will become as minus pi. And if t is equals to 1 by 2 Fm, your theta is equals to plus pi. That means if t is equals to 1 by 2 Fm, if you substitute here, 2 Fm cancelled, only minus pi, that I have substituted here. Similarly, if t is equals to 1 by 2 Fm, if you substitute here, your angle will become as a plus pi. So it is converted. Okay. And here, if you differentiate this equation with respect to t, you will get dt is equals to d theta. So we can represent this Bessel function in terms of constant coefficient. So here you can see Cn is equals to 1 by 2 pi minus pi to pi e to the power j beta sin theta minus n theta into d theta, which is equals to j of beta, because Bessel function we have written Jn of x e to the power sin theta e to the power jx sin theta minus n theta. If you compare these two, your x is nothing but beta. So your Cn is represented in terms of Jn of beta. Okay. Now if beta value, if n value increases, what will happen? Your Jn of beta value will decrease. Depend upon the first property what we have discussed for Bessel function. So this is my Cn. Okay. So here I will write Cn is equals to Jn of beta, constant coefficient in terms of Bessel function. Next, we need to represent this Bessel function in WBFM signal. How to represent? Let's see. So S suffix Fm of t is equals to S suffix WBFM of t, because wideband FM signal we are representing, which is equals to AC real of e to the power j omega ct into e to the power j beta sin omega mt. So this is the equation what we have left at the last one. Now this whole thing we have represented in terms of beta function. Okay. Now how we have represented? E to the power beta sin omega mt, which is equals to minus infinite to infinite Cn e to the power Jn omega mt, that we have represented. Now this Cn is nothing but Jn of beta. So summation n is equals to minus infinite to infinite Bessel function e to the power Jn omega mt. This whole thing you need to substitute here. Okay, you have to represent the equation in terms of Bessel function, because these Bessel functions indicate for infinite sequence. Okay, and the values can be identified with the help of certain table. The values will be given to you. You need to only substitute the values here. So now your WBFM signal is equals to AC real value of summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity Jn of beta and e to the power j omega c n omega m of t into dt. So this is my combination, omega ct omega n omega t. So omega c plus n omega mt you can write, and that should be a real, so it will come under, it is AC summation n is equals to minus infinity to infinity Jn of beta e to the power j theta, means it is cos omega ct plus n omega m of t. So this is your WBFM signal. Okay. So next class we will discuss about the frequency translation or frequency representation of WBFM signal, as well as bandwidth and the power content in the WBFM signal. Thank you.